After he just missed out on breaking the 200 IM world record last summer during the Paris Olympics, Leon Marchand didn't just break it at these world championships, no, he threw it into a wood chipper, ground it into a pulp, and then for good measure, lit the whole thing on fire. Because what Marchand did during the semifinals of the 200 IM is one of the single most impressive things I've ever seen. So let's break down how the race played out and how it compares to Ryan Lochte's old world record. The first few days of these world championships were noticeably Marchand-less, and that's because before the meet started, he announced that he would be dropping both the 200 breaststroke and 200 butterfly from his event lineup, keeping it to just the IM events. And after statements made by one of Marchand's coaches and then by himself, the reason for this was crystal clear. He really wanted to make a run at that world record that he so narrowly missed out on in Paris. Since his breakout in 2022, Marchand has always had the 200 IM as his last individual event, but now that he's dropped the other 200s and with the 400 IM at the end of the meet instead of the beginning, he for once has a chance to try this event completely fresh. Leon Marchand easily cruised through the prelims of this event in the morning, clocking a time of 1:57.63 to get the job done and claim the #1 seed going into the semifinals. But of course, once we got to those semifinals, Marchand brought the house down, so let's break it down. With his insane underwater speed, Marchand got a lead on the butterfly leg right from the breakout, but after that, Shane Costas floored it to actually go by Marchand as both swimmers turned under Lochte's world record pace. Leon Marchand made up the difference on Costas underwater once again, and after that continued to pull away from both him and the world record as he turned at the halfway point almost a full second under world record pace. Breaststroke is of course Marchand's best stroke, and here he put some serious distance between himself and Lochte's world record splits. After he was done, he was almost 2 full seconds under world record pace. It's well known that this world record had a ridiculously fast closing 50 because Lochte was being chased by a prime Michael Phelps, but at this point, making up 1.8 seconds seems nearly impossible. Over the freestyle leg, Marchand stormed home. He had one mission and one mission only, to smash this world record, and he did just that. 1:52.69, a new world record by almost a second and a half, completely smashing the old standard of 1:54.00. Honestly, even Marchand looked like he couldn't believe it at the end of the race. Looking at the splits between this insane swim and Lochte's old world record, we can see just how thoroughly Marchand dismantled this world record. He's out almost 0.8 of a second faster on the butterfly leg. Then on the backstroke, he adds almost another 0.2 to give himself a lead of nearly 1 full second at the half. Then he goes to town on that breaststroke split, going exactly 0.9 faster there. Lochte finally has a faster split on the freestyle leg, but it's only by a little over half a second. That freestyle leg was enough to run Marchand down in Paris, but not this time. Another interesting thing is comparing Marchand's splits between this swim and his swim from the Paris Olympics, where he was just 600ths off of the world record. He managed to improve all 4 of his 50 splits. The biggest difference was actually on the very first 50, and the next biggest difference was on the second 50 during the backstroke. So overall, his opening was ridiculously faster than Paris. I mean, in Paris, he was right with that world record at the halfway point, and this time he was way under it. Ryan Lochte's former world record from 2011 is actually a pretty interesting piece of swimming history for a couple of reasons. The first is just how long it's managed to survive. Any record that makes it 14 years becomes pretty notable. But the biggest part of the swim's legacy is that it was actually the first world record set after the supersuits from 2009 were banned. There were 0 world records in the year of 2010, and this was the swim that broke that drought. Lochte was also up against Michael Phelps in this race, and Phelps was also under his old world record, making this race one of the very rare occasions where he went a personal best but still lost the race. This world record has survived so many attempts in the last 14 years, and some of them came from Marchand himself, so to see it completely blown away like this is just ridiculous. Of course, this was just the semifinals, so now the question is this: will Leon Marchand go even faster in the final? I mean, I just can't even fathom a time being faster than this even being possible. But if this swim has shown us anything, it's that you probably shouldn't doubt Marchand. Maybe he was going all in on this swim to have 2 decent chances of breaking this world record, or maybe he's about to go a 152 low. I don't even know anymore. You know, with Lochte's record being a 154 flat, there was a lot of talk about Marchand being the first swimmer to ever go a 153, but he just decided to skip that step. It's pretty easy to gloss over Shane Costas in that swim because he was next to a 152, but he had a huge swim right there, a 155.13, which is a new personal best for him. That undercuts his 155.24 from back in 2022 and jumps him up a little bit to be the 6th fastest swimmer ever. It's cool to see him drop time 3 years later to the day actually. 152.69 is just hard to comprehend. It is a mind-bogglingly fast swim, and it is very fitting to be the first world record of the 2025 World Championships. What did you think about this swim from Leon Marchand? Did he just go as fast as he's going to this meet, or will he somehow find an area to improve in the final? Let me know down below.